I mean,
Now Stephen live, so.
now you're back on.
Oh, is he back on now?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
weird.
Okay, cool.
Like I said, if Murray would have hit the end button,
Well, what I did was I didn't hit the end button. What I did was I stopped the live stream. Then I turned around and started the live stream, and we're back.
no, I'm saying, even if it was your internet or something, like I said, it would have reverted somebody else to host, and you would have
Yep.
just got kicked out and came back. But
The Zoom is still running, so.
Yeah,
we're gonna
we-
get calls down again. JD's found us.
we don't know what happened, JD. Murray didn't touch anything. It just either YouTube cut it or
Yeah.
Zoom had some weird
Unfortunately,
thing going.
Paul Hodges
Yeah,
view,
it was a month and a half in
no
Canada.
reasons and well thought out that
Oh.
the Canadian government said piss off and banned us.
Yeah, but well, technically the Canadian government couldn't do anything because Paul's
No,
running the
not the
live
YouTube.
stream out of America.
No. Yeah, you're welcome, JD. Hey, now I got a question for you, Justin, or anybody that's in here. If I go to a VPN, then Canada can't censor me, right?
Uh,
In a sense, yes.
yes. Because you can set it for like a US based server or
Yeah.
set it for a UK server, pretty much anywhere in the world.
Well,
It'll
so
give-
see, Justin's trying to say take Fox News off the thing. He wants to control the internet, what you see or what you hear. He wants to control all that.
Yeah, so
but
you just
That's
do
where
a
they draw the
VPN.
line.
Yeah, so
Huh?
if you get a VPN,
That's where even I
just-
draw the line.
Yeah, if you get a VPN, you just set it for like New York or Michigan or something right down below the border.
Yeah. Maybe it was Matt, he did something.
Yeah, Matt, that's enough shit out of you guys.
Well, it's like, that's why I said there's a few people up in Canada and I was watching videos and they use the HBO Max up there. And that's what they do because if they try to run it through the internet up in Canada, it will come up as unavailable in your area.
Yeah.
And so what they'll do is they'll VPN down into the US and it unlocks the app so they can access it.
Well, guys, I just popped in to say hi real quick. Justin, I get to go drive my truck today.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I didn't know that. You invented VPN there.
No,
Yeah, the British
he's
did.
just being a smart ass.
Because I figured the only way we're not going to get censored here in Canada is go with VPN and have it in the US or something.
You just don't want to set it too far away because I've noticed with mine, if I set it for like some crazy servers far away, it does kind of fuck with your internet a little bit.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
one that
leave it in.
David has probably doesn't do that because he has that one that like Sean has. I'm not sure if that's. pulls
Mine
from
doesn't
your
have a
internet,
problem.
Hey, Ron?
Yeah.
Don't just leave. You got to extend it because that's a courtesy to Justin. He likes long goodbyes.
but- No, I don't.
You know,
I'll put
so-
you in the waiting room. You do that.
It's almost 10 o'clock. I got to go too. So I got
So
a
you
couple
wanna-
to do and I want.
Who or what?
Yeah, he doesn't. Justin wants you just to prolong. You know.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go. I want to get into the tire shop early. I'm gonna put my other tires back on the truck and save my good winter tires for winter.
Oh, so you're running summer tires and winter tires?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, okay.
But
Not
it's going to snow next week. There, Ron.
really.
Well, if you take snow tires off, it will. It's automatic.
Yeah, probably.
You know what you could do too, Paul, is get that VPN box like David and Sean got. They're a little pricey. They're around, I think, $200 or so.
Yeah.
But you can hook it through your router and it does your whole house.
Oh,
And it's a free lifetime. You don't ever have to, it's not a monthly. You just buy the unit itself a
oh yeah.
one-time buy. Like I said, it's a little pricey, but
Well,
See you
later on.
Okay,
Um,
Ron. Hey, any last words, Ron?
No.
Is Are you expecting the herd back today or?
Yeah, they've already been here once.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, you got plenty of corn, you're all set for them and you got a couple of extra decks of cards so you can play and, okay, all right.
Yeah. And strangely enough, I gotta put this UPS thing back out. Says I had a package here yesterday that needs a signature. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not-
maybe the herd is making orders for you.
It's not a scam, is it?
Yeah, not sure what it is.
Was it from the post office, right?
I get it here all the time.
Yeah.
They said, we tried to deliver it twice now and we need a signature and all that. So you go to this, click on this, and then they try to get all your information, right?
No, this is where you actually have to go to the post office and you
No,
give
it's
them the little slip.
UPS.
UPS,
Yeah, that's just saying that you have to be there. And
Yep.
if you're not there, they're just gonna eventually return it to sender. They're
Well, this
only
one
gonna do
says
it.
that just to sign the backside of it.
What, do you just leave it on the door after you sign it?
Yeah,
And then they'll drop it next time they come around?
yeah.
That's
There you-
surprising because most of the UPS guys, they don't give a shit, dude. I've had
Okay.
2 or 3 packages that required a signature. They just fucking left it at the door and took off.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they've been in your area a few times now. They know what it's like.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is a lot of these guys don't want to haul the packages back with them because they have to bring them back out again the next day. So they'll
And
just throw a fake signature
they're-
on there. Throw
If
it in
they're
the
a
door.
UPS agency driver, it'd probably be the same as over here. They're paid per
Right.
parcel delivered rather than
okay,
know,
Ron, just make
uh,
sure,
a
make
set
sure you say
wage.
goodbye to
No,
the herd.
here
for
they're
will do.
hourly.
us. Okay.
But the
No.
deer, did-
Was that,
Oh,
was
go
that
ahead.
long enough goodbye for you, Justin?
No.
No?
Yeah, it's not it's not foggy where Justin is. He's just about to explode.
No, but here UPS and FedEx drivers, all those guys are all paid hourly. Now UPS and UPS drivers, man, if you're like a 20+ year driver with UPS, you can make some really good money with them. They're actually a pretty good company to work for the most part. And they're one of the companies that offers that while you're working for them, they'll actually pay for you to go to college to get a degree.
Huh?
And you're not expected to keep working for them afterwards.
Well, that's because you know what the UPS stands for, United States Postal Service. It's a part of the government.
No,
yeah, but
UPS.
USPS is not UPS.
I'm talking about UPS.
Oh, UPS, yeah.
Yeah. I know a couple drivers for UPS and they make really good money. Granted, they have to drive around in trucks without no damn air conditioning. I'd hate that.
Yeah. Well,
Have you not considered a change of job, Justin?
No, I don't want to work. Yeah.
Just driving around chucking packages at people's doors?
Just-
do a drop kick to see how far you can get it over to the house or not.
I mean, to by today's standards, though, to be a delivery driver, you kind of have to watch what you're doing because damn near everybody's house now has a Ring doorbell, cameras.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, look how many drivers get caught on or blasted all over YouTube and shit when they do something stupid. They'll go up to somebody's house and like chuck the package at the door. And next thing you know, they're all over YouTube
Yeah.
and getting hell. And then the company fires them because of it.
Well, guys, I got to run. It's 10 o'clock. I got a couple signs to go do. So,
Hey, Paul.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, catch
so we'll
right,
see you
Paul.
guys later. Yep. We'll talk to you tonight. Yeah. 5 o'clock. Yep.
Yeah, about
Okay.
10 o'clock, Paul, your time. Yeah.
And you're going to
Are
make
you
me
doing
get up at
coffee
5
tonight?
o'clock
Are
tomorrow
you doing
morning. Too.
coffee again
Yeah,
tonight?
don't forget to get your coffee.
I don't know. I don't think so, Paul.
Okay, all right.
How
But-
about we all club in and get you a coffee?
Yeah, there you go. When you guys all show up, I got some flooring to put down. You can help, right?
Yeah.
David,
wanna stop the
shut
hardware
up and let him
store.
go. Jesus.
I got to go get some screws too, about 2,000 of them. So, anyways, thank you
That's
guys.
right, Paul.
Okay, Paul, are you leaving? Are you leaving
Oh,
now? Paul?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, okay, I'm leaving now. Bye.
You could
Oh
see
my
how
God.
red Justin was getting.
Justin gets red in the face when he gets frustrated.
Hodges is the worst one though. He'll be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna leave. But I was thinking about going and getting some more drywall and
And I gotta get
got-
screws for it. Yep.
I gotta get 15 signs and
Yep.
like you could have just said that before you said goodbye.
I'm getting to the point where I find the entertainment is that people saying goodbye, it's like, because I know it pisses you off.
Uh,
Yeah. So anyway, what are you guys up to? You want to keep going or?
I'm happy to keep it going.
I don't really have nothing to do, so
Yeah, still early.
it's
Okay.
a quiet day here today.
Yeah, we're down to 10 people watching. We got a big bunch of people watching.
Yeah, you can blame Paul Hodges for that. Matt didn't come back, did he?
No,
Yeah.
well, he's sleeping.
He's probably gone to sleep. He's got his little show to do tomorrow,
Yeah. He's got his little snuggies on, and he's all cuddled up and probably sucking his thumb.
Well, let's see what.
He waits
Time
long
is
enough
it?
to make sure Paul shuts the stream down.
Oh yeah, it is 12 a.m. over there. Which is actually not that late for Matt. Matt is actually one of those ones that stays up till 2, 3 in the morning. Most of the time. Soon as
Yeah, so
people
the
know I'm
coronation's-
going to show up.
Coronation's tomorrow for us.
Yeah.
So in Australia now, it's Coronation Day
Technically, yes. I
because
guess.
it's their evening time.
Are they the only ones that are a day ahead?
No,
Or
they're
is-
not exactly a day ahead. They might be a day ahead of you, but for us, they're
Well, they'd be 5 hours closer to you guys.
the question is though, if you went from because you're a day ahead, yeah.
Right.
They're a day ahead of you. If you went to Australia the other way around, does that mean you get there the day before?
I don't fucking know.
It could well fuck someone's head up that.
I can imagine the jet lag would be horrible though. Because like literally you're leaving like the morning, right? And you're getting there. You'd be getting there during their morning by the time you would get there.
Yeah, from the
But you would feel
UK,
like nighttime to you though.
from the UK, you actually. Is it from No, I think it's from Australia. If you set off from Australia, you actually get to the UK at the same time that you left Australia.
See, like, and if going just from one side of the US to the other side can kind of fuck with you a little bit. It doesn't take long to adjust, maybe a day or two. But the 3 hour difference can kind of mess with you because, you know, when you go back there, 9 o'clock's gonna feel like, 12
You
o'clock.
want to live on one of them, one of the lines, where the clock changes on that line by an hour.
I mean, that's just really, I guess time's just relative at that point. It's like,
Yeah, but you can imagine though, can't you? I'll meet you at 10 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock my side of the road or 10 o'clock your side of the road.
yeah, and there's places like that where, matter of fact, I think there's a, what is it called? Four Corners or something? There's a place here in the US where four corners of this. No, never mind. That doesn't have to do with time zones. But there's a place
No.
called Four Corners and it's where 4 tips from 4 different states touch.
Yeah, 4 states touch each other. Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that doesn't have
Actually,
nothing to do with time.
I think
zone,
if
though.
you run round the pole or something, you go into 4 different states.
There's actually a funny, there's a funny freaking movie clip about that too from a movie recent in the last few
I
years.
think Family Guy do a sketch on it where Peter's in one state and he jumps over the line. He goes, "You can't get me." So they ring the other state police and go, "Can you go and get this guy?" He jumps over the other line and goes, "You can't get me."
Oh yeah, it was It was the new National Lampoon's Vacation movie in 2015. They end up on the Four Corners line and they got 4 fucking cops from each state. And they're all arguing over who gets to arrest the person because they're standing in the middle. And then they all start arguing as they slip away. And the 4 cops are just sitting there arguing about it.
Is that actually true in America? If a car was to cross over the state line,
Oh
the
no, they'd still
snoopers have
chase
to
them.
stop.
No, they'd
Okay.
still chase them.
They
What they
can.
what they would do though is they would call the agency in that area and then they would take over the pursuit. And then most likely one car from the previous agency chasing them would stay behind in the back of the pursuit because they're, obviously part of that criminal activity at that point. So they'll stay with the chase because once the criminal has stopped, they all have to do their reports for their specific areas. Now, once you cross state lines, though, it actually becomes a federal crime at that point.
Right.
So, but
So-
you would be charged, but whatever place you were arrested first at would be where you would be charged. And then you would go through all the hearings, be charged, serve your time there. And then you would get transferred over to the other state that you originally ran from. And you'd have to go through all that again and serve time there because each
Right.
state's going to individually charge you.
So the question is then, if the police say from Arizona are chasing a car and it crosses over the state line, that other police force takes over, but then the car does a U-turn and goes back. Does
Well-
that other police force have to still do the paperwork?
Oh, yeah, they all have to make their
Oh.
own reports on the situation. But normally what would say there's like 5 cars from California chasing a car into Arizona. Most likely the Arizona agency that's closest to the border would take over the car chase. And then the 4 out of the 5 California cars or 3 out of the 5 would go back and the other 2 would stay in the back of the chase. That way, when it ends, they can stop,
showing
do
us
their
Paul?
reports, all that stuff.
That's Tom Cruise that's his private plane.
P-51 Mustang.
Yep. There he is getting in it.
They actually wanted him to fly one of the F-18s for the Maverick movie, the new one.
You
Right.
notice it's labeled right there, Tom Cruise on the cockpit cover.
But they wouldn't allow it because there's actually a federal law that bans you from flying military equipment unless you're actually a member of the military. So he wasn't able to actually do it.
Can't they make him an honorary member?
No, they're super strict, dude. Granted, yes, Tom Cruise could actually afford to replace one of those planes if he actually crashed it and survived. But still, I mean, that's like a 14 to 18 million dollar jet, right?
He's got his own private jet, right?
I know John Travolta does.
I think he does too.
I'm sure he probably does. Oh, well, how much does that F-18 cost? Might be more than that. Oh, so an F-18, an average F-18 costs 65 million. Which Tom Cruise he could afford to replace that, but. I know, right, JD? Fucking weird ass Scientology people. Instead of Tom flying that plane back into the volcano where his ruler came from. Kind of crazy to think that people that are so successful, obviously they have some kind of intelligence. I mean, basic intelligence, right? Could believe in such stupid crap. It just amazes me. Because, these days it's a lot easier to become famous, but back like when he started his career, you actually had to work for it. It's much harder, or it's much easier these days for people to become viral and go be famous.
They say everybody has a 15 minutes to fame.
Well, like I'm saying, like back in the day, right? Like somebody like Mr. Beast or Cutie Pie, those guys would have had to work 10 times harder to get where they were at now.
Yeah.
But these days, it's a lot easier to become an influencer like that. Because I mean, those guys are just as famous as any movie star is, right? Like they're just as well known as any other any movie star out there.
Yeah, it's a brainwashing scheme.
Yeah, JD, it's I've watched the whole what was it? What's her name from King of Queens when she left Scientology and she was doing all those documentaries and everything. Yeah, I watched all that shit. It was, and that dude, what was his name? David, what was the head dude at the Scientology? But dude, they said like he would smack people around and shit like he's just got a bad attitude. I said, I wish a motherfucker would, especially here in Florida. Go ahead and come up to me and smack me. See what happens. Because their main headquarters is actually here in Florida. I want to say it's either Tampa or St. Pete. Can't remember offhand. It might be Tallahassee. I'm not sure.
That's his Gulfstream 4.
No, it's Clearwater. They're in Clearwater, Florida. Okay. Yeah, you're talking about like probably a 50, 60 to $100 million jet right there. Those things are not cheap, man, those Lear jets. Yeah, yeah, Sunstar Clearwater. I knew it was somewhere in this area. I just couldn't remember exactly where it was at. I just want to go down to Clearwater and drive by and yell obscenities out the window to them. Yeah, that's a really weird cult
There's
following. I'll tell
actually
you.
I think it might be Only Fools and Horses, where there's an episode where Del Boy's going along the river and the Bee Gees are in the garden. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
yeah, Miami, I think it's called Miami Twice. And he's actually going down and he starts singing the Bee Gees songs. And he goes, I need your love. And he goes, oh, God, it's another freaking yank. Not a pommy jerk.
Yeah, JD, I seen that facility on one of the documentaries about that. That was the place that they were saying that they were claiming they were holding people hostage pretty much. Because it's such a big facility and it's like the gates are like a half mile from the actual buildings and shit. And it's like all gated, like with big tall gates. And they got security running around the outside and inside of the fences and everything. And there was a lot of people that escaped out of there and went to the authorities claiming that they were actually being held hostage almost in there. But it's an interesting what's her name? Leah Remy? Is that her name?
Little Llama Laura.
No, the lady from King of Queens that was actually in Scientology.
Lena somebody.
Uh, I think it was Leah Remy. Leah Remy, I think was her name.
Know where the other power bank is, Laura? The one we got the other day.
Yeah, Leah Remini.
Yeah, Remy. Yep.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the series that she did on Scientology, you should definitely go watch it. It's very interesting. Because she was, like I said, she was into it heavily back in the like 90s and early 2000s. And then she got out of it and started doing all this like anti-Scientology stuff and like exposing them and everything for all the weird shit they do. Because John Travolta is involved in it, and so is Tom Cruise. She was, and I don't know if there's any other big movie stars, but John Travolta and Tom Cruise were the two biggest ones that were in there. Two most well-known members. Right, JD? That was no, that was a Family Guy. Was Tiny Tom Cruise? Family Guy. They called him Tiny Tom Cruise. Yeah. Because they even made fun of Scientology too a couple times in their episodes.
I'll tell you what's got boring lately. South Park.
Southpaw.
Yeah, they just seem to have got so too much into this drugs and bloody Corby crap. Right, move on, guys.
Well, have you ever really looked into the Scientology thing, David?
Nope, I have no intention of doing.
It's kind of interesting. It's weird, right? But so
You ain't getting me into no cult.
no, I would never tell you to even go join it, but it's an interesting thing to like dive into and
Laura got me into a cult. Now I can't get rid of her. Ow.
Is that what you call it?
so L. Ron Hubbard actually made some like fictional, he wrote some like fictional books back in the day. But these people like took the books literally and they were science fiction books and actually well, the people at the bottom, I would say, are more real believers. But like JD said, I think the guys at the top are kind of, they know it's a money scheme to get people. But I think the people at the bottom like really truly believe in this shit. But yeah, they follow the our L. Ron Hubbard books. It's just a weird thing. Danny Masterson? I didn't know that either. Wow, JD, I had no idea. I did like him in The Ranch though. It was pretty funny in that show.
I get hit with them. You
Wow, I
die.
didn't even know that. Well, you always hear about John Travolta and Tom Cruise, right? Because they're just fucking massive movie stars. Like they kind of overshadow everybody
Yeah,
else.
they're the big time.
Right. Like, and Tom Cruise, he was even, I would say he was probably their most well-known member, right? And then John Travolta right behind him.
Oh,
Did Tom Cruise marry a movie star or no?
Yeah, what's her name? He had a kid. I think he had like a couple kids with her. And then she wanted to get out of the Scientology crap. And they ended up getting divorced.
one way out.
But he's been married a few times, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes. Okay.
So he was married to Mima Rogers. I don't know who the hell that is, from 1987 to 1990. Then he was married to Nicole Kidman from 1990 to 2001. And then he was married with Katie Holmes from 2006 to 2012. But Katie Holmes, they had a huge falling out. And she ended up leaving because rumors said that she wanted to get out of the Scientology crap. Nicole Kidman and the chick from Dawson's Creek.
Definitely.
Wow, I didn't think there was that many movie stars in there. Jesus. But like you said, JD, I'm sure a lot of those people don't believe in it, but it's just a big money scheme at the top to take money from innocent everyday people that just get sucked into
Mine's
believing
not
that
on
crap.
Why have we got all these fucking wires? Have you heard this? Laura wants to take her drone batteries tomorrow and put it in the battery pack and have all the wires hanging out of a bag to charge her mobile phone and everything up. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea, Laura.
Rucksack, wires, you're going down.
I would just take your backpack and put the drones in there.
Can't take the drone.
Can't take the drone at all.
Why?
It's on a no-fly zone.
The whole of this area is on a no-fly zone.
Oh, no, I thought you guys said you were taking it.
No, just the
I was
battery
like,
pack.
oh, yeah. Well, I mean, as long as she has the battery pack in her hand with the cable plugged into her phone, obviously it's just.
No, she wants to put it in a bag. She's got a rucksack, one of them rucksacks that has the hole for the headphones to come out. So you know, from the older days when you used to have wired headphones. She's taken that bag and she actually wants to have it. So all the wires coming out to her phone and her, you know, charging her phone up and her headset and everything. Like
Yeah,
loads of wires everywhere.
She should be all right.
I'm not listening to your advice either.
She's just gonna be like Forrest Gump anyway. She's gonna slip through security. Mm,
It's gonna be like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You liked that video, didn't you, David?
Yeah.
Uh,
Go take a nice run and jump.
It's not
yeah.
very nice.
I mean, are you guys even gonna get close enough to see anything, or are you guys just kind of gonna?
Well, we're hoping to.
Because I'm imagining there's probably gonna be probably well over 100,000 people out there, right?
We're not allowed to queue up until tomorrow.
You can't queue up until 6 a.m. and we're going to get there about an hour before 6.
What do you mean you can't queue up?
You're not allowed. You know the viewing areas.
Uh-huh.
You're not allowed to get there until 6 o'clock.
Oh, so
In
you
the
guys
morning.
just kind of got to walk around and kill an hour?
Or in London, kill a few people.
So you're gonna get up about what, 4 in the morning?
No, we'll be on the train at 4 in the morning.
Okay.
And JD, I'm probably underestimating that figure too, because you're gonna get a lot of people from other countries coming in wanting to watch that shit too.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
expecting 1 million people.
Yeah, I was being just kind of spitballing at 100,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
but it's 1 million people, but they've obviously got screens set up, you know, all over the place.
Screen.
So those that don't get into the viewing areas can watch it on the big screen. But once the parade has passed, then they're opening the mall, so everybody can walk down to Buckingham Palace and be under the flight zone and
What's up, Tim?
see the king appear on the balcony.
We're hoping to get close to that.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get close enough to throw an egg.
Huh.
Well, the other nightmare too is when all that shit's over, is trying to get out of there in a timely fashion. Like, because if you ever been to a big ass theme park, it's always better to leave about an hour and a half before the park closes. Otherwise, you get stuck in a
We've got
fucking traffic
plans.
jam.
We're going to one of the parks
Yeah.
over there anyway.
When everybody goes heading off towards the tube stations, me and Laura go off to the Kew Gardens or one of the other big parks to feed the ringneck parakeets. She
guys
gets her luxury, you know, seeing the king and
So
whatever.
how long is it gonna take you guys to get from your house to where you need to go? Like when you
40
get on
minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. You
Technically,
guys are gonna be fucking tired when you get home, I'll tell you what. That's gonna be a long ass day.
yeah, it's good. We're gonna go to bed early tonight, and then so we're not going to be on Paul. Might not be on Paul stream. Depends if I wake up. And then tomorrow, when we get back, Paul's going to go live and be like, "Hi, Paul."
Give Laura some melatonin so she can go to bed at a decent time. You know how she is. She'll be like, "I'm going to bed," and then 20 minutes later, she's in the chat again.
The problem is Laura's not got out of bed. She's still in it.
Okay, everybody, I think I'm gonna call it for this morning.
I call
Alright.
it 29.
Okay, take care. We'll see all of you again later this afternoon.
Paul, what time are
Alright.
you going live tomorrow?
What time I going live? You said 5 o'clock or something, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, like I said, if you you've got Laura's email, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah, just send Laura an email, and then we'll set up.
Okay, all right.
Where we all are and that.
Okay,
All right, we'll see you later.
all right. We'll see everybody. Thanks for being here.
Take care.
Yep, bye-bye.